Hello, hello. It's Rachel Palmieri. I'm a Stampin' Up demonstrator in Melbourne, Australia. And if you live in Australia, you can order your supplies from me too. I shared a Facebook Live last Thursday on stamping out the umbrellas and the handles in one shot so that they're ready for punching. So you do that by making a template, which I seem to have misplaced, and setting up your stamps inside that template. Well, that was not good, was it? I thought it was here handy. Anyway, so basically what you do, you punch out the stamp, you punch the punch, maybe like that, and you make a template, but you use thicker cardboard if you can. And then when you want to stamp a few of these cards, you can place your stamps down, face down, into this template and pick them up in one action on the block. And then you're able to stamp them out and punch them in one motion. And I already did it, but I'll do it again. Now, let me see the way that punch is set up, because in my live, of course, I got it wrong. So if I do it this way, that should line up. Just let me shut that up before I stick my elbow in it or something funny. So I'm just trying to get those little knobs on the tops of the umbrellas in there. And there you have it. So I thought that since I didn't go into a very big explanation about the card that I use those on, I would maybe make this for you today. So this is the set that the dies came from, the Have a Hoot bundle. And I couldn't resist the cute little owls. I have a family member who loves owls, so they'll get a bit of use. And then the dies are fantastic, because this little window frame setup that comes with it also punches out these gorgeous tags. So I think they'll be quite handy for using on cards, for using on gift giving, etc. And I wanted to try it inside the stitched rectangle framelit. I didn't do that the first time. I just cut a 10 by 14 piece. Now this isn't quite the same dimensions because they're American framelits, so they've done them in inches, and it's a wee bit shorter, which may mean that I won't fit the gumboots stamped on the bottom here. I'm kind of prepared for that. I'm thinking that I may have to stamp them out on card. So looking for memento now. with the flowers, they have to be hand cut. There's no punch for them. Shouldn't have spread them out so far, because I might have to do those gum boots. Excuse me. Let me see if they fit before I ink it up. Look, I think they'll fit because the top of them gets covered over with flowers anyway. So that will be okay. Right, so they are a bit off there, but like I said, now I have out the Versamark and the raindrops as well. And so basically around the middle of the card I need to have some raindrops. And even like that, when they dry, they are quite a good impression of raindrops, but I have to admit that I put clear embossing powder over mine. And I can do that with this one too. I move the embossing powder away because it's can be dangerous when you've got the heat gun and the embossing powder loose. You can end up with a cloud of embossing powder flying up all over the place. See how magic it is? So that white I was trying to scrape off was actually on the paper. Okay, now that is a fraction long for that piece of card, so I'll just nip a little bit off. Hopefully not too much. Right. I'm still waiting on a delivery of Stampin' Seal. I obviously didn't order it when I thought I did, and my tape run has been out for ages. But I have the retired fast fuse, so I'll just use that up. So there we go. That's the background. Now, of course, I can get on and do the umbrellas. I will change the position of them a little bit on this card. I'll change, you know, the large one to the top. And the small one down the bottom. Putting plenty of dimensionals so that we don't have sagging. Alright, now I need to do, I didn't particularly want to have coloured handles on my umbrellas, so I will take them out of black card. Glue. I thought it was a fine day here, and the next thing I know it's raining. So it's a good day to stay home and craft. Mind you, I can't go any further than 5 kilometres, so there's not much point in going anywhere much. Now I have over glued that, unfortunately, but the magic rubber will get that off when it's dry. Now the It's Your Day does fit in. I'm not sure if I want to put that on this one. I'll have a think about it. Now, I might go with pink gumboots this time. Dark Fluty Flamingo I will use. Now normally I'd say to start with the lighter colour. I'm not particularly worried here because pinks are quite light anyway, and it should blend in reasonably easily. The background paper I've used is the Artistry. Artistry Blooms. Gorgeous, gorgeous papers. And they are on special at the moment at 15% off. So if you like bright, that packet might be calling you. Okay, my Fluty Flamingo is thinking about giving up the ghost, and fortunately I knew that that was going to happen, and I had reordered. I won't struggle on with it at the moment. I'm sure it'll still have enough in it for doing little flowers and things from time to time, but when I'm trying to get a pair of gumboots done in record time, it may not be the way to go. Look, I'll leave it at that. I could probably come back and do some more blending later. So what I need to do is the flowers. And I will just use Granny Apple Green. What have I got? I've got light. So I'll do the prominent leaves, and the ones at the back can be darker. Or I could just go back and add dark to some of them. With small images like this, you don't have to be as worried about blending. It doesn't show up as much if they're not completely smooth like you would a large surface. I'm getting a croaky voice. Yeah. Alright, so now we'll put a bit of colour onto these flowers. Just a little tiny bit of blending there, not much. I'm a bit nuts for Magenta Madness. It's so bright. So there's two ends on these blends. There's this ballpoint one, and the other end is sort of a brush tip. Mostly I would use the ballpoint end, I would think. This brush tip, you want to be a little gentle with it. It can lose its shape very easily if you press too hard. I barely have to touch it to the paper really to get colour. Now we'll go light Poppy Parade just to make it gaudy and bright, like my flower garden. Alright, now just some Mango Melody. I don't know if you want to watch me fussy cut all of these, but of course you can tune out any old time that you like, can't you? No one has to stick around. Do tell me if you've enjoyed or learned something, though. That'd be lovely. Lovely to hear from you. That was just a stamp pad hitting the ground. So I find this a quite uncomplicated one to cut out. I'm not the greatest at fussy cutting, but on this one I just follow the lines. I try not to leave any white. Don't cut too far into the image though, and because it's quite a bold line. Okay, I didn't quite get round that one, but I can go back in and have another shot. Of course, you know that the idea is to sort of move the paper around the scissors. So your right hand, or the hand that you hold your scissors in, stays still basically, and you do the moving of the card with your left hand, or the one that you don't hold scissors in. The wind's come up now too. Look, I've put towels out to dry under shelter, so hopefully they do get dry. But it really is true spring weather here at the moment. And this is a spring card, isn't it? I have gorgeous poppies in the garden, but they get battered all the time by the wind and the rain. When I pick them, they don't last very long inside. So I arranged a couple of flowers on the boots, and then I do a couple up here too. Now, I think that maybe Misty Moonlight might be nice for that. But our other choices would be, what would they be? They could be Flirty Flamingo. I don't know if I've got any of that card cut at the moment. Yeah, anyway, little stamping dimensions. It's good that we've got two sizes, isn't it? Because you get a bit sick of cutting them up if you're doing a project with lots of small items in it. that one will just get glued flat to the top of the boots. See how the rubber takes the glue off? Okay, look, I have to think of a sentiment to add on as well, and some more flowers around that window, and then we'll have 2 pretty cards using Under My Umbrella. What do you think? It's a great set. All right, see you later.